You can have different strategies, right? The thing is, you should have different ways of trading during different market situations. Like today, for example, um, today I ended up trading right after the open. Not right after, but a few minutes after. Whereas last week I traded an hour after the open, right? So you have to kind of gauge, you have to gauge the market as it's
Sorry,
happening.
guys, my webinar is starting, so I'm going to log on.
That's hilarious. Anyways, you guys hear me, right? So sorry, I was thirsty, but you have to kind of be able to okay, when I tell you guys this, right? So pay attention to what I'm saying, right? Because it's not like people misunderstand what I'm saying, but they don't understand fully to the extent that I'm trying to get at. Okay? You have to kind of gauge the market, like what's happening, right? Sometimes, obviously it's going to take you some like time to kind of gauge, to be able to just gauge the market. But after you've been doing it for a while, right? It's like, okay, yesterday opened up strong, showed a lot of volume. There wasn't so much. There was a lot of good news. So the more you practice, not just practice, but the more you experience the market and the more research you do, right? You're gonna learn more and more. So with that being said, it's like as you know more things are gonna come to you faster, right? It's gonna be faster. So meaning, no, I'm not sharing the screen yet. So meaning like if you're used to, always looking at the news, if you're used to always checking futures, if you're used to watching certain names, then you can kind of get an idea of how it's doing right now, right? If you're always watching Apple and you see some price action that's not, it's different from what you're used to, you're like, okay, so something is happening with Apple now. So maybe I shouldn't be too bullish on it, too bearish on it, or whatever. Someone asked what happened to space today. People took profits. That's exactly what happened. It's not, it doesn't go up forever. People do take profits. You guys don't think that people swung this? First of all, I showed, like, look at this, right? Forget this candle. Well, don't forget the candle, but let me show you something. This big candle right here, this daily candle. Whoa, what was this candle today? It was a big green candle. Imagine that, right? This was this today, okay? It was like this green, this big fat green candle. So you guys don't think that there were people who swung from here, even here, right? A $1 move on space is a lot. First of all, you'll get like our swing, the swing that I signaled for the group, opened at 230%. Okay, I was like, you know what? I was debating whether to take profit or not at the open. And then what made me hold was there was a huge sell-off. First of all, there was a huge sell-off, but if you can see that there's support here, right at the sell-off. So I was waiting. I was kind of waiting. I was what I said earlier. I was gauging it. Okay, I was gauging it because even though as the market opened, I told you guys right now, right? I was up 230 something percent. So when I saw the PNL, obviously it didn't update me right away, right when the market opened. It took me like 3 minutes to see exactly how much I was up. And right here, Here, let me make my screen smaller because I know people. Right here, right around this time is when I actually saw my profit for space. It was 232% right here, right? So by the time it hit support and it bounced back up, I wasn't even, you know, not that I wasn't aware, but I wasn't really too worried, right? Because I was already up 200%. I was like, you know what? I'm fine with holding it to see if it bounces because the market just opened, right? So I thought that was my thought process for the day. Okay, of course, it's always good to take profits, but the thing is, I only had one contract, right? And I didn't want that contract to just go to waste. Okay, I was fine with 100%, right? But I'm up 200%. So and the prices dipped, so there's support here, so why not hold, right? So what happened was today, I'm pretty much made like bank on space because as soon, right, as soon as it did this, so I waited, okay? I waited. I saw it bounce. I saw it bounce, okay? I saw this bounce. I saw this up. I saw this sell off. And as soon as it crossed this today, I bought it. These two candles. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the past month, almost two, 90% of the signals that I give, I don't look at my computer. I look at my phone. Like I'm not. That's why I haven't been doing the live stream too much lately because I've just been like on my bed doing this. Literally, like I wake. Well, obviously I wake up. Look at shit. I wake up, look at different stuff on like my laptop, on my iPad and stuff. But I didn't go to my. I didn't. The last time I really woke up and went to my room to open up my computer and like really trade with the team, like live, was like maybe like a month ago. That's why I haven't really been doing it much because I noticed. Look, this is what I noticed. So obviously, don't don't do what I do. don't try doing that, right? So basically, what I noticed is like if this is me. This is my own personal opinion. Okay, my own personal opinion. So I feel like if I sit in front of my computer with fucking 18 screens right in front of me, I can't pay attention to what is likely to go the direction I want it to. Obviously, it depends on the market itself, but I feel like if I'm looking at 18 names, I'm gonna end up because this is what we would do in the live stream, all right? I'm still gonna continue the live stream. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow, but it depends, right? Because like honestly, you can make money without the fucking live stream, right? I don't. The thing is, when I do the live stream, I feel obligated to call something out right at the open. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, okay, live stream started. We're fucking looking at all this shit. It's like I feel like people are like hovering over my shoulder, waiting for me to say something, right? Waiting for me to say something. It's like, you know, people aren't patient for like signals and stuff, and like, you know, people 4 minutes, 5 minutes into the live stream, people will be like, "Oh, what should we get in? What should we get in?" It's like, just wait, right? So if I'm doing it in the group and I'm just sending out the signals, right? I'm just like, no, I don't feel like anyone's hovering over my shoulder because I'm not live with anybody. So people are gonna have to wait until like I say something, right? So shit like that. So with the phone thing, it's because obviously I already have an idea of what I want to look at, right? It's not like I wake up randomly in the morning and I just, like look up fucking a random stock, XXX or something, right? So understand, when I'm on my phone, I feel like I can focus on a few names better. Whereas if I'm on the live, oh no, don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. We make fucking bank in the live for the most part, right? Because it's like we're in and we're out. We're in and we're out. Like, hey, like, oh, I'm getting in Facebook, like, oh, I'm getting in Facebook, blah, 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 right? So, but you know what happens too is when people listen to you do that, some people don't. Some people come into the live without an like how you guys are in class right now. You guys understand everything I tell you. You guys have understood this whole month. You guys get it. Like at this point, you should already get it. Like you should understand it now, right? But some people who just first join the group, like they don't really understand market behavior, like options, shit like that. You know, how long is it gonna take them to get in the trade that I called out during the live? That I only get into for like 30 seconds to a minute to 2 3 even to 5 minutes, right? Because it takes some people a while to even choose a fucking contract, right? And they're like, oh, should I choose this or should I choose that? So all this time people are waiting. It's like, you know, and then what happens is, oh, I got in this call but I got in too late. Well, you got in too late because you're too slow. Okay. And why are you too slow? Because you're not patient enough to learn. You're not patient enough to first get an understanding of the market. You're not patient enough to actually practice getting into things fast, right? Because some people don't, honestly, some people don't even get how. Okay, who here? Be honest. It takes you more than 10 seconds to choose a contract. See, a lot of people. So understand, if like I'm in the live room, I'm trying to catch a breakout for a scalp. So as I'm calling it out, I have to first wait to see if it's breaking out. So as I'm calling out, I'm about ready to press the button, right? I damn near probably pressed the button already as I called it out. So when somebody else follows me and it takes them 10 seconds to get into a scalp or something, so within that duration of time, even 10 seconds, right? Because think about it. If it takes you 10 seconds to pick a contract and hit send, okay, and the price just goes crazy, do you think you're going to get filled right away? No, right? Sometimes people don't even get filled right away, right? So it's like they have to keep retrying. And by the time they're done retrying, it's like this right here, right? Like let's say in the live room, I call it out here. Right? Why do I call it out? Why do I call it out there, by the way? Because it broke above the resistance, right? Let's say I call it out here and it takes somebody 10 seconds to enter a thing. And then this price action right here that we see, this big one, let's say this happened in under a minute, right? In under a minute, and you're trying to get filled. And let's say you get filled right when it hits the top. What happens? You're shit out of luck, right? And a lot of people, they get in way too heavy to the point where it's like they can't afford to wait for the move back up. Well, that's also, to me, that's a good thing, because you know you're following your plan. But at the same time, if you're scared in your trade, you're going way too heavy. Like, you know, you're going way too heavy. Trust me. If you have $1,000 and you get into something that's $900, you're gonna be nervous. But if you have 1,000 and you get in something that's like $75, right, you're gonna be more relaxed, and you're gonna be more like, you can afford to walk away. You know, go take a shit, go fucking brush your teeth, take a shower for all I care, right, and still come back without worrying about your position, right? So how many of you guys can get into a day trade, walk away from your computer, go to the bathroom, take a shower, brush your teeth, whatever, go make breakfast, and come back and still be calm? A lot of people said no. No, a lot of people will literally, no, trust me. I do it sometimes too, only when I'm in heavy, right? It's like you're glued to your phone. Your eyes are stuck to the phone. Every single candle. Dude, you know what people do? It's like, if you're looking at a 1 minute candle, the candle hasn't even closed, and somebody will be like, oh my gosh, there's a sell off, bro. Like the minute candle hasn't even formed yet. How do you know if it's a sell-off, right? Just because they see a big fat red candle, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a sell-off. I'm getting out, right? So when that happens, you're going way too heavy. It's there's no other reason. There's no other reason. You're going way too heavy. That's it. So please, right? Use the proper risk management. This is what I've been doing this past month. Okay. Not because I have to, but it's working for me, and a lot of people can do it too. So what I did was, I took everything out. I put like 5,000 in there, and every time I hit 10, 9, or even 8, 8's the lowest. Every time I hit 8, 9, or 10, I pull out everything else but the original 5. That's what I do. So I've done that about 4 or 5 times. Okay, I've done that 4 or 5 times. Hector said you don't like to build up your account. I've already built up an account. I've already done that. Okay, I'm just trying different things out to see what might work, and it helps people kind of, because a lot, if I put fucking 60, 70K in there, it's like, the thing is, it's not relatable to people. I'm not saying people can't afford to put 70K in there, but for the most part, a lot of people, and this is like statistic, right? Because people post their profits every single day. People post their profits every single day, so I know how much is in your account. I know how much is in everybody's account. So if I go over here and I'm like, and I post a signal for and I use like 100K account or 75K account, I only need to get in and out in like 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It'll take me 5 seconds to make fucking $5,000 in a scalp, in a Tesla, right? That's how you see all these people making so much money, right? But just because you have that much money doesn't mean that that automatically makes you a good trader, right? Because you can always kill a big account. I've seen someone drain a $40,000 account in a month, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like I think I fucked up." Yeah, you fucked up, right? So it's not just about, obviously if you have more money, you can, make more. So it's beneficial for somebody who has more money and understand the market. It's beneficial to them, right? So a lot of people what they do is, obviously at first, this is like the timeline of a trader, right? You learn, you get excited, you watch YouTube videos, you put in 500 to 1,000, you lose that. You put in 5,000, somehow you lose that. And then you put in like 2,000, and then you finally get an understanding of how the market goes. Let's say you get that up to like 10K, right? If the market is good, then you can possibly build that to 20, and then and so on and so on and so on, and build that, right? Understand, like this is what I want people to understand, okay? Just please understand this. Every trader that you see, they don't, like, every successful trader, they don't tell you the full story. Does that make sense? They won't tell you how much they use. They won't tell you, hey, I use this much to make this much. Okay? They'll just, a lot of people it affects people who look at this stuff, right? On social media, on YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is. You see someone making a certain amount, you automatically think that you can do that too. Of course you can do it too, but the time frame that you're giving yourself, that you're telling yourself, that your mind, that your fantasy self is telling you, is like, oh, I want to do that by next week. I want to do that by tomorrow, right? Without even finding out what it takes to make what it takes to make that certain amount, right? And then when that happens, it's like people throw their risk management completely out of the picture, and then they end up blowing their account. So how many people here, like, you make, how many people here could have been up 20,000 if they followed simple risk management and not tried to freaking trade like they want to retire the next day? Everybody, fucking everybody, right? How many people here, this is a good one, how many people here have lost money on a trade that they got scared out of, but if they had put less in there and let it run, they would have made more? Everybody, right? Everybody. That's like the number one fucking thing. It's like, it happens to me a lot too. Like today I got into, okay, let me show you guys Amazon, right? Let me show you the signal that I did. Let me see. Gosh. So this is a signal for Amazon today. I like to post the percentage too, because it shows people like I'm in the trade. Like I'm not just fucking calling it out just because. But look, today in Amazon risky calls, they trade 641. Okay, 641. Where's that? That was right here, 641. Okay, 641. I got in at the when it was going down. Okay, and I ended up cutting my loss like right here. So I got in about here. Right there. And I got in pretty heavy. So I got filled about here. And then and then when I saw this, right? I saw this potential bounce. I was like, okay, it might bounce here. And then I saw this rejection and I panicked. I honestly panicked right here. This one, I panicked. So I was like, fuck, I think at this time futures wasn't even looking too good either. Let me see. Yeah, look. So today, around this time, futures was consolidating, right? It was right here. It was right here-ish. So I didn't even see this candle right here. Right? So what I did was I just ended up fucking cutting it for a loss because I thought that Amazon wasn't, like, even I said here, right? I cut Amazon for a loss, taking way too long to make a move for me. Okay? And that was still, so it was I took a 7% loss. So it wasn't too bad. But if I had gotten if I got into the trade a little lighter, right? I would have caught this whole thing. Okay, I would have caught that whole thing, and I obviously would have probably sold maybe like as soon as the price started dipping down a bit. But that's that's from where I entered about 2142-ish up to 2148, right? So I missed out on that move because I got scared out, and I could have just put less in there instead of putting as much as I did. So that was on me. So that was one of those situations where it's like, if you put less in there and you let it ride a bit, obviously you have to watch the price action, right? You have to watch the price action, and then, you wait to see what happens. Let me do something else on Amazon. So today was pretty good. Like today was crazy good in terms of the bounce. You guys see this future? You guys see the futures price action plus on top of Amazon? So they look the same, right? I'm not sure damn it. I'm not sure what stocks was the main movers today. Someone asked, I know off topic, but any tips on getting filled faster? You just gotta do it like literally. There's no tip on getting faster. The only way you can get filled faster is if you just if you're waiting if you're trying to trade a breakout. It's more than likely it's going to be harder to get filled because it's moving so fast. So let's say you get in before the breakout happens, you get filled in immediately. Or if you want to buy it at market, you can buy it at market. But I always have it set. It's set at limit. So I've never changed it at all. I've never changed it. So I have it at what it's at limit. So I just do it. I just try to do it fast, right? I already, it's like this. You get into a trade, you pick literally, right? So let's say you're using a computer. All you gotta do is trade, click this, confirm, right? That's 3 seconds, right? Or if you use Active Trader, right, and you set it to where it's options right here. All you gotta do is just click it and you're in, right? So it's all about knowing what contract you already want. If you use your phone, obviously I always choose at the money. I never go anywhere else. I always choose the strike price that's under the highlighted. So at the money. Okay? That's all I do. I don't care, you know, if I'm trading Tesla, right? Obviously, if I'm trading Tesla and I'm using like a 5K account, I'm not gonna go ahead and buy this one. I'll go maybe like this one, right? So it's all about just being able to just know which contract you want. Just know that. Just try to do it. Like don't try to do it fast for the sake of getting in quick, but you're gonna like do it fast anyways if you've been doing it for a while. Tesla was insane today. Someone said you check volume and open interest. Okay, what did I say 2 days ago about this? Do you guys remember? So, okay. What kind of stocks do we look at every single day? We're looking at big names. Why should I waste my time looking at the volume of the contract and the open interest for the contract on Tesla at the money call? Does that make sense? If you're gonna trade this the first 30 minutes, why do you even bother to waste your time looking at open interest and the option volume when you should already know that Tesla is like probably one of the top 3 traded stocks right now? You're just wasting your time at that point. Now, if you're going to be trading like, freaking what, ISRG or something like this, then, obviously, yeah, look at the open interest, whatever. But if it's something like Tesla, Apple, don't waste your time looking at it. You're going to get filled in, bro. You're going to get filled in. The only way you're not going to get filled in is because you spent that much time looking at the open interest and the volume. Someone asked, can you change the default from 10 contracts to less? Yeah. Well, no. Well, I just click the 10 and I just change it to 1. It takes like half a second to change it to 1. Literally. If it's the default's at 10, all you gotta do is click it, click backspace, click 1. So when you guys are looking to like, let me ask this question. What did you guys use in terms of your method today? Did you guys trade it today? What did you use? What did you watch for? And what time frame did you watch for? And what hour of the day did you trade? How many people lost money the first 10 minutes? Because you guys bought calls, huh? You guys bought calls and it dipped down. So look, okay. Why do you think stocks, for the most part, sell off at open? Taking profit from what? Yeah, you're right. You guys are all right. Taking profit, but from what? Why? Exactly. Rahul is right. Overnight gap ups. Okay. Overnight gap ups. So when you see that something already fucking ran like Tesla in the morning. What is it in the morning? Did it run in the morning? Yeah. Tesla ran like freaking almost $100. Of course you're gonna see a sell off. Of course. If you come on, of course you're gonna see a sell off, right? Obviously it doesn't always happen, but it makes sense. Someone bought if I bought freaking 10 contracts of Tesla at 790 and I wake up and it's at freaking 850, what the fuck? Of course I'm gonna sell it. I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna just let that shit run. I'm not gonna just let it dump, right? So with that being said, how many other people were in my position, you know, even like institution or like banks or whatever, like even if they hold overnight positions, right? So understand, don't get mad when at open you just decide to buy a call, not knowing that the stock gapped up the day before, and you're like, oh my gosh, this trade is not going my way. You know, there are factors, there are reasons why it's not going your way, right? It's common. It's almost common sense for people to take profit after a gap up. Like today, I signaled a Tesla swing, right? Tesla closed at, so I signaled it at like 1240 maybe, some shit like that, and then it went up like $6 until it closed, and then now it's up. What is this? 860. Now it's up almost $30. Now it's up almost $30. Why did I signal the swing? Okay. Why did I signal the swing? I'm going to go a lot over this for the next class too, but look, okay? So Tesla was in a zone. No, I signaled it in my group. Because people pay to be in my group. I'm not going to just give everybody free call outs, right? People in my group, they're going to feel a certain way. So, you know, I signal on Twitter whenever, like, you know, if I want to do it or not. But look, so there was that zone. There was that zone that traders Tesla was rejecting the whole day. Okay, and it had finally broken out of the zone around right before it closed. Okay, right before it, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes before it closed. So you see that volume increase 15 minutes before the market closed, right? So that's like a key factor too. So it wasn't so much the volume, but it was just the fact that it retested the high right before it closed. So if you guys remember the first or second day we were in class, we talked about how the end of the day can sometimes set the tone for after hours or pre-market or even the next day. Okay. And looking at Tesla, right, it was very strong going to the end. Obviously tomorrow, you know, we don't know what's gonna happen, you know. For all we know, you know, in 3 hours this thing can just go like this, right? But you know, when you're trading, it's like you're putting on you're risking, so you know, you can't complain. If it doesn't go your way, it doesn't go your way. Boo hoo, okay? At least you took the trade. You don't know, you never know, that trade could multiply itself by 10, right? All you're doing is you're just seeing an opportunity present itself to you right in front of you, and then you take it, right? How many of you guys hesitated at all this week or 2 weeks or ever since you started the class? If you guys have been trading, have you guys been hesitating like a lot? Okay. Why do you guys hesitate? Okay. Can more people answer that question? Okay, I'm going to go through the list of answers that you guys said. Fear of losing, not confident, no exit plan, more money, size, losing money, basically fear of losing money, got greedy, not 100% positive, just a bit, only because I'm not familiar with the spreads, Greeks, 3/4 of my own signals hit today, but I only answered the one that didn't. That happens. I do hesitate because I feel like at a point already where it could reverse, so I watch for the next break. Okay, for 10, right? You hesitate because you feel like it's at a point where it could reverse. So this is where kind of gauging the range of the stock goes into play. Okay, if you guys can take a guess, what's Tesla's daily range? Take a guess right now as we speak. Like what is its daily range? Like a realistic number, don't say a freaking 1,000, 200. So about 20 to 60, maybe 20 to 50. Okay. What about space? If you guys have been paying attention for this for a week, then you should kind of get an idea of how much it moves every single day. Nah, 5 is too much. 5 is 5 is way too much. If you get into space after it's moved $3, like that's just gambling. That's just gambling. So space, in my opinion, is about right now $1.50 to $2.50 at most. Okay, at most, maybe 3. Okay, but today, look, today's entry for space realistically, where was the entry for space realistically today? Above this break of pre-market, right? This was the realistic target. This was the realistic entry for space. So if you were to look into getting into space, you should not have gotten into, unless you followed like my signal, but you should not have gotten into space until it broke here. Because if you got it, there's no way you would have gotten in here. First of all, it didn't even completely break yet, right? You would have just been impatient. But if you just got in one contract, you could have held. But I'm saying this was the ideal entry level. Why? Why was this circle right here the ideal entry level for space? This right here. Because it broke that resistance, right? It broke that resistance. And guess what it also had? Volume, okay? So with that being said, this was essentially the best time to get in because in comparison to the past, to the past 10, the last 20 minutes prior, where it had failed to break that, right? Now it's showing more and more strong candles at that. The thing is, when you see here's a tip. Here's a tip for you guys that I've seen work. Okay, when the market looks good. So this I'm talking about like maybe a little into like the midday. When the market looks good and a price has retested the high multiple times and it's at a point where it's testing it again, right? And it's not too mid-afternoon. Like it's like freaking 4 hours into the market already. Like let's say you're an hour into the market or an hour and a half and it's retesting that high like this, right? Because it tried to test once, twice, and now it's the third time, right? So if it's trying again for the third time, do you think that it's gonna most likely break? Just without looking at this, just common sense wise, if something's trying and trying and trying for the third time, would you be more on the bullish side or on the bearish side? I would be more on the bullish side, right? Why? Why am I more on the bullish side? Because if this thing was full on bearish, it would not have tested more than 2 times. Now a third time. You guys does that make sense? So that's where common sense comes into place, right? It's like, okay, this thing is testing 3 fucking times, which means the buyers are there. The buyers are there, right? The buyers are there. So when you guys like see something that keeps trying to retest and retest and retest, you know, more than likely the fourth, the third time, third, fourth, fifth time it starts to retest, it'll break. Like this today. Today, this is one thing too. This is another example on Amazon. It tested. The thing is, this thing tested so many times, but it had no what? Fucking this thing did not have a lot of volume today compared to like the open. So there was a lot of fake. I'm pretty sure a lot of people lost money on Amazon today too. But like I always mention, right? Like I always mention, when you guys are looking at, yeah, this is kind of a range, by the way, right there. You guys didn't see that already. So look, right? Do you guys know what stocks don't really follow like the overall market by now? Because there are certain names that just don't follow the overall market. It just doesn't move with it. Market go like Beyond. If market is shitting, Beyond goes up for some stupid reason. Like space doesn't follow the market. Tesla doesn't follow the market. Of course, yeah, Apple follows, Facebook follows, Amazon follows because they're like the biggest names in there. But everything else, they don't like Tesla, space, Beyond, sometimes UNH. They don't really follow the market. Okay, so once you know that if you're looking at these specific stocks, knowing that they don't follow the market, you don't have to focus on what ES is doing if you want to get into Tesla, or what ES is doing if you want to get into space, right? But when you do look at Amazon, you have to see what the overall market is doing. Like, what is Apple doing at the same time Amazon is doing this? What is Facebook doing at the same time Amazon is doing this? Right? Facebook was just a different story today, by the way. Facebook ran up like crazy. Yeah, Facebook was a good trade, but I got into one contract, but I didn't even signal it. But it was good though. So the market, it'll do whatever it wants, but for the most part, you can follow the market by looking at all these different stocks, because I know you guys have seen this. You guys have seen Amazon and Apple and Facebook and Google move at the same time, right? And then when the market goes down, they all go down. Okay. one good thing. There's a method that I want to tell you guys that has worked for me. I used to do it. I don't do it. Sorry, I don't do it anymore. But I would go on demand, right? I would go on demand, and I would go to like September 2017, and just try to trade that day, like it was 2017 December. This is the market open for that day, for 2017 of December. Let me see, what is that? I want to make this the right one. Right, this is right? Yeah, this is right. You know what's crazy? 2017, Facebook was at 206. What is it at now? 217. Dang. If you invested in Facebook in 2 years, you would not have made shit. Okay, so this is what I do, right? I just test, okay? This is how I back test my like strategies and stuff. See if they work. You see how it's testing that support I just made? This is back testing, okay? So right off the bat, I'm just like waiting, right? I'm waiting for my entry. Waiting for my entry. What do people usually do when they see a big drop like this? Oh, puts. Facebook puts. Right? They don't even wait for confirmation. It's like, oh my gosh, puts. Oh no, the price is going back up. I think Facebook is reversing. Oh wait. Yeah, it's reversing. Buy the dip. It's like, shut up. Like, it's literally, what is it doing right now? What is it doing? It's in a fucking range. I'm not gonna get in unless it goes over here or over here, right? But people don't even see the range. It'll be like this, right? People will have literally no support line, just like this. Oh, it's reversing. Oh no. Oh wait. Like, really? Like, no, this is literally what goes on through people's minds, okay? Because in my group, a lot of people like to speak their fucking mind. They like to just blur shit out sometimes. And I'm just like looking at them like, okay, no, you're wrong. Right? So in this case, you want to wait, right? Obviously you want to wait. Yeah, this is taking too long. I think I chose a bad day. Oh, you can also fast forward it too. You can fast forward to see, like, let's say you're like, okay, like let's say you're looking at Amazon and it's at here and like it broke above and you're like, okay, I would have bought calls there. Let's see if I fast forward it like 10 minutes. Oh shit, I would have lost money, right? Fake out, sideways. That's so sideways. Oh my gosh. Jeez. And back up and back down. and back up. Okay, so okay, looking at this, right? So look at this. So it's at a point where it's just about to try to retest the high, right? So this is like an area where it's like, okay, really watch it. See if you can, if at this point you want to still look for an entry and you haven't walked out of your room yet, then yeah, this is like where you should pay attention. Oh, but wait, right? Wait. It's sort of consolidating here, right? Oh, dropping, another fake out. Boom. This was such a horrible day to trade. I don't know who could have made money off of this. But with that being said, I want to show you guys something before we end it, right? I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys how 2017 was like. I want to show you guys what 2017 looked like. So we were looking at September 2017. This was the weekly chart. This was the weekly chart of SPX for the 2 months. It's a lot of up and down. So this is in 2017. And in 2015, it was worse. Look at this. This is monthly, by the way. This is, well, look. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Man, everyone here would, everyone during this period of time, everyone here would have probably been in like 100 different trading groups trying to figure out which one they can fucking get the best shit out of. But look, compare that to now. Right? You see how much more smooth it is? You see how much more smooth it is? This is the best fucking year. This has been the best 2 years ever. Not 2 years, but a year and a half. Right? So look at this. Look at the weekly. So bullish. Right? We're in the best, like, we're so lucky we're not here. We're 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 here. It's a straight staircase all the way up. Why do you think the signals have been hitting? It's not just me. The market agrees with it. The market wants to be bullish. So, So when you guys see this, right, it's like, understand that if you guys are going to keep doing this for the next 10 years, right, you're not going to, you think you're going to see this every fucking week now still? You think you're going to see this every fucking week for the next 10 years? Definitely not. Definitely not. Right? You're gonna there's gonna be a time when you're gonna see a retracement, a pullback. Okay, and it's up to you whether you can, obviously, whether you can adapt to different changes in the market, right? That's why I tell you guys it's important to understand market behavior and like mass psychology, because if you can gauge the sentiment, right, it'll definitely be to your advantage, right? But all right, I'm gonna end this here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the class today. Talked a lot about how the market's doing right now. And just remember, when you guys trade tomorrow, gauge the market, see how it's been performing the past hour, two, right? Look at the 5 minute price action, and just look up like news, right? Look up different news, like shit like that. So this way you're just adding on more and more and more knowledge and like resources, and it'll all just, it's all gonna add up. And when you do this more and more and more every single day, it'll just come naturally. Like, you don't even have to think about looking at the news. You're gonna feel like you have to look at the news. You're gonna feel like you have to wake up and see pre-market. It's not gonna feel like a chore for you to do. It's just gonna be an automatic. Like, you're gonna be like a fucking robot waking up in the morning, check the fucking pre-market, check the news, check the levels, blah blah blah, right? So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna post this on YouTube for whoever missed it. Of course, guys.